American Wagyu is one of the most misunderstood foods in the entire world. Now, some people think it's fake. Some people think it's just really expensive beef. Some people think it's just Japanese A5, and really none of that is true. So let's talk about what American Wagyu really is and why it exists. Now, I'm Evan Carter, I'm one of the meat dudes, and I talked to dozens and dozens and dozens of American Wagyu ranchers, Japanese Wagyu ranchers, Australian Wagyu ranchers all over the world, and hopefully by the end of this video, you're really going to understand what American Wagyu is, and hopefully you'll understand this channel is trying to bring you the right Wagyu beef content. All right, so listen up. We got a lot to talk about. Let's really dive into American Wagyu beef. Now, a lot of people hear American Wagyu and think one of three things. Either that it's fake, that it's trying to copy Japanese Wagyu, or it's just a fancy name for Angus. Man, we hear that a lot, but really, none of that is true. Now, American Wagyu exists for a reason, and once you understand that reason, it all starts to make sense. Now, American Wagyu is beef that comes from Wagyu genetics raised in the United States. That's it. It's not trying to replace Japanese A5. It's not trying to pretend at all to be Japanese Wagyu. And it's actually a range, okay? It's not even one category. Now we have 50-50, which is the F1 cross, which is 50% Wagyu genetics, 50% generally an Angus genetics. We have Purebred, which is 93.75% Wagyu genetics. And then we have the full blood, which is of course 100% Wagyu genetics. Okay, so it's same genetics, different feeding programs, different environment, different eating experience. Why does American Wagyu exist? Well, here's the part that people miss. The Japanese A5 Wagyu was never designed to be eaten the way Americans eat steak, meat, right? So Americans, we want a whole ribeye. We want a full pound on our plate, all right? We want to taste that beefiness and have a little bit of that chew. Well, Japanese A5 Wagyu was not designed for that at all. You're supposed to eat that in little portions, little, 1, 2, 3 ounce portions, sliced very thin, and that's just not what the American consumer wants, right? We want to eat that whole steak. We want to fill up that plate. We want to have that beefiness, right? So that's a lot of the reason why you see that big range of Wagyu here in the United States. Yes, we have amazing full blood, which is 100% Wagyu genetics, okay? Never been crossed. Then you have that purebred, like we talked about, that 93.75. That is almost never been crossed. Still going to be very, very marbled. And then you have the F1 cross, which is a lot more of what the U.S. consumer wants to eat. Okay, that's 50% Wagyu, so you get that beefy and butteriness. And then you have that 50% Angus, or it's generally Angus. Okay, I know it could be anything, but you have that Angus and Wagyu mix, which is going to really give that really great beefiness, that bold flavor that Americans like. And really, that's a big reason why we see that big range and why there is crosses here and why it's kind of designed for the American consumer. That's what we like to eat, right? If somebody put 2 ounces of beef on your plate, are you going to be excited about that? Generally not every single night, okay? Now, I love A5. I have little strips here and there. I think it's amazing. But when I sit down for dinner, I want to eat a steak. I think like most Americans, right? That's a huge reason why we have this huge range of American Wagyu beef. American Wagyu eats differently than Japanese Wagyu too. So, and it's for a reason. Like we talked about, it's all about balance. I think that's a really, really strong point. I think that's what a lot of people miss. You want that beefy and buttery, and that Wagyu brings you that amazing marbledness. But then, when you have a little bit of that cross, even whether it's a F1 cross or a purebred, you get a little bit more of that beefy boldness, which is what we want. And you can grill it, you can sear it, you can smoke it. I mean, it gives you so much variety, but it's really all about that balance, like we talked about. So next time you're thinking about American Wagyu, remember it's more about that balance. Don't forget, we do have amazing full blood. I don't want my full blood producers out there getting pissed off at me, because we have awesome full blood that looks almost like A5, and that's amazing. But I think when it comes down to the American consumer, it is designed for that American consumer, and we want to eat that steak. So that is why we get more of that balance. Like I said, you don't want 2 ounces. You want 16 ounces, all right? Let's be real. So American Wagyu is not fake or a knockoff or a downgrade, and it's definitely not trying to be Japanese A5. So they're different products for different eating experiences with a different purpose, and both can be incredible. So what is American Wagyu? It's Wagyu genetics adapted to the way Americans actually eat beef. And once you understand that, you stop arguing about it and you just start enjoying it. All right? So remember, I'm Evan, one of the meat dudes. If you want more Wagyu beef content, subscribe, follow this channel, and stay meat curious. If you have any Wagyu questions, drop them in the comments because we love to answer them. All right, talk to you soon.